Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for another episode of Cyberpunk Phoenix, where today we're randomly giving away a PDF copy of Cyberpunk Red. How? I don't know. I'll figure it out though. But if you like what we do here and you want to support the channel, link for the Patreon down below. That's the best way to support us. Also, join us in the Discord, talk about this show, talk about all the shows. And as always, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see the corruption bar. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, Simon gets to do what the hell he wants to us. And two, every single dollar that goes into that bar goes back to these wonderful, amazing cosplayed faces you see here before you. Yes, Zach is in complete cosplay. That is exactly what you would expect a taco doctor to look like. Yep. That being said, let's jump right into our first gig. Simon, take us away.
All right. So, last week, the group hatched a plan to get to the old Doc Savage clinic and find Parker's cyberware that's been harvested off of him and probably put a stop to the machinations of the Maelstrom gang that's been extorting money from people left and right, but mostly the people that lived in the sort of little community that Parker had established in the combat zone. Oh my god, names. What are names? Proxy went on site to spy up on the place. She found that there was one security drone and a handful of Maelstrom gang members. After a quick lucky break with an excuse about looking for a cat, she was let go. She did discover a few things about the building itself, such as a side entry. There was also basically the entire electrical grid is linked to the building beside, so that could be a potential access point for her to hack in. After scouting out the place, Proxy met up with Magnus, and together they left to go find a med scanner so that Magnus could try to save Ken's life. That was discovered, the source of the scanner was found by a very strange three-way conference call by Ketch and a lot of multitasking. Ketch and Jewel basically were driving back to their place after the evening at Che, back to their respective places, I should say, but learned that a contact of Ketch could provide them with a scanner, lend them a scanner on the short term, on the condition that he was brought some boost, which Magnus had on him. They coordinated to meet, but the cops were looking for a Biotechnica marked car. There was an arrest. There was a bit of bullying, as the NCPD are wont to do, but miraculously, Ketch's silver tongue actually saved the day, which was a surprise to everyone, Ketch included. The group met up, and I'm teasing. The group met up, med scanner in hand, ready for what Night City had to throw at them tonight. You know the time is of the essence for your first gig. As you were driving away, Magnus, in your car, you did not notice yet the blinking red light shining through Ken Parker's chest. I would like to know, dear players, do we pick back up on the same night, or did you want to go to the clinic the following night? Or following day, honestly, I'm not picky.
I know as Magnus, I would like to, with the med scanner, there still wasn't a guarantee that I would be able to bring Ken Parker back, right? there was still some level of risk here, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. It's just it would improve your chances,
Yeah.
but you could still, you could still fumble and botch the surgery.
Yeah. And was there anything else that I was aware of that could improve my chances of making sure that he's okay?
Yes, there are a few drugs that you could have administered him in your pharmaceutical. They are called, it's not the steam heal. So it's basically not the one that you had on hands right now.
Yeah.
But one that you could produce given a little bit of time. And it goes by the name of actually just Stim.
Stim.
Just Stim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I have to return this med scanner. The deal was to return it to him basically the following night.
Yeah, you have 24 hours.
Okay. Do I think that I could procure Stim? The only thing that would prompt me to continue this night before we move on to the clinic the following day would be if I can get my hands on some Stim and just do this surgery right now. Somehow.
It's rather easy to find the material. You know that with the material you could do it in an hour. The best way to find the material, however, is if you had access to either you could break into a pharmacy, or if you happen to know someone who works at like a healthcare lab type of thing.
Yeah. Wonder who that might be. Okay.
That would be the easiest way, honestly, to get it.
What time of night is it at this point?
You left the restaurant, let's say it was around 8 o'clock. There was some scouting, some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We'll say it's around 11.
Yeah, it's pretty late. Okay. All right, I'll call Jewel.
Who's driving her banged up Biotechnica car back the way she came with Ketch.
Just as I thought this night was ending, I got another call. Probably not also on my phone, so I would just answer and who's this?
It's Magnus.
Oh, Magnus. I was not expecting a call back from you so soon.
Yeah. So realizing that I only have this med scanner thing for about a day, I was wondering if you could procure some Stim for me sometime in the next 24 hours.
Procure some Stim. Right. Because you only have this thing for a limited time. I suppose I could try to get some at the office tomorrow morning.
That would be great.
I have to pull some strings. I hope you know this would
Well,
not be the easiest task.
this is to restore someone who I think is a person of interest to all of us, so you are to benefit.
Yes, of course. That is true. I will do my best. How much do you need of it for this man?
DM, how much would I think I need?
It's kind of undetermined, but it's
Okay.
200 eddies worth of it. Whatever that amounts to is yeah.
So I don't know. I just know that I need 200 eddies worth, no matter what form it's coming in.
Well, I mean, let's put it in world, like you can improv on what it is that you need, but from a mechanical point of view, it's whatever it is, it will cost you.
Does do these drugs, I don't know if these pharmaceuticals, do they have like quantities with values normally? Or does it just say Stim? This is what it does, no cost.
Yeah, basically, because they can only be made by medics, the market price for them is whatever you want to sell them at. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So conveying that in a way that we both understand, I say, I would need enough for an entire whole one person's body. I don't need more than, we're just operating on one person here, but he's in the middle of a heart attack, so maybe go a little bit overboard.
Okay. Yes. That can be arranged, I think. I will see what I can do and try to get this to you tomorrow morning. The first thing I get in, I'll give you a call.
All right.
Once I get it.
I think it might be of use to us to restore our friend before we enact on our plan, just in case he has anything else left to say. And also that would probably help with the cops on your tail.
Oh, that's true. Oh, don't remind me.
If he's alive to,
Yeah.
to claim that we're okay.
That we didn't kill him. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. I'll do my best and give you a call tomorrow.
Thank you.
Of course.
And I hang up. Okay. Let me look at this. Let's see. Is Proxy still with me? Or
She left the truck at the apartment,
Okay.
if I understood right. So you're driving by your lonesome.
okay. In that case, I drive back where the Piranha Gang hangs out in Old Japantown, and I have downtime for the rest of the night, so I'm good.
All right. Very quickly, the rest of the crew, anything you needed to do, you wanted to do tonight?
Sleep.
Nope. Yeah, I'll take Catch back and then go back to my apartment.
All right. Same for Proxy. You're just crashing. All right. So we'll fast forward the clock to the next morning. Of all the characters present, I will make an assumption that Jules gets up earlier than everybody else. But that's because she has a 9 to 5. But it's just an assumption. If some of you are actually very early birds, let me know. Otherwise, I'll start with Jules.
Right on ahead.
Jules. Ooh, what was that in my voice? Jules.
Yeah.
So you brought the car back to your place last night.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna have to bring it back to the office today. Now, in the light of day, you notice the damage. It's not extensive, but it's not something you could hide.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I wonder if I could just casually stroll in with this. Probably not.
You it would take a bit of effort. Maybe you could, but you got rear-ended by essentially what is the armored bumper of a police car. So it left a massive dent.
Okay.
The trunk is still closed. By the way, will never open again. And you have a busted taillight. Or headlight in this case.
I think Jewel will head into the office in the morning, and she will, make her way up the elevator, and stop by the reception and just kind of amp up the dramatic flair of her horrible morning. I cannot tell you the morning I had. She would go up to the receptionist, and a booster gang. They are the worst, absolute worst. I was tailed by one last night into this, and I had an accident.
Oh no. Keep talking.
My vehicle. It unfortunately suffered quite a bit of damage. It's in the garage right now. I'm gonna have to see about getting some repairs for this.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want me to Where did you park it? I'll
Eh,
call I'll ring up the insurance company.
It's just down below in the garage. I brought it in this morning. It's at least still drivable. It's just when they rammed the back of my vehicle, it just has some damage in the back. So we'll have to let them know.
All right, give me just a second. And the receptionist, which by the way, if you need an image of what she looks like, picture Claudia Black, but with very frizzy hair. And most of her hair is actually tech hair that changes color as she connects to the net on her internal agent. One of her eye begins to glow a soft blue light, and you can see her lips like mumble. And then she says, "All right, that's going to be fixed. I had to let Mr. Cook know about it. Mr. Cook
course.
being the regional manager
Oh
of
boy.
Biotechnica, because this might involve the cops, booster gang and everything. And he'll want to know where you were because, you took a car company out to, that car was rented out to go to Watson. And I don't see any sectors between here and Watson where there's a big presence of booster gangers. So he might have a few questions for you. Oh, well, there he is, because corruption bar.
Oh no!
So
oh boy.
your boss comes in. He's already in a mood, trademark. Because it seems like he's been also having a very, very shitty morning. He's furiously typing on his agent. Wow, I don't know why I put an H in there. Furiously typing on his agent. Yeah. You can even hear his finger go like tap, 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 as he is either deleting a bunch of emails or responding to a bunch of people. He's grumbling under his breath. His hair, black, shoulder length, with a few streaks of gray, are a bit greasy. Doesn't look like he's showered recently. He's got what was normally his 5 o'clock shadow is now just this ragged little patches of beard that have grown faster than the rest, kind of like mine, unfortunately. Big black white rim glasses, like the hipster glasses of the early 2000 that he's kept because it's ironic. And he's wearing, his regular work uniform, a white shirt, Biotechnica labeled with a red vest over it, simple beige pants with very, very expensive shoes, expensive dress shoes that make this echoey tack tack sound as he walks up to the reception desk. Just nods to the receptionist, doesn't even acknowledge her by her name or anything because she is beneath him, and turns to you and says, "Shul."
Mr. Cook, good to see you, as always.
I would like to state publicly that I am glad you're not hurt after what happened last night.
I appreciate it. Thank you. It was a bit of an interesting night, to say the least, and unfortunately, my vehicle did not make it out in the same condition that I did.
Look, the important part is that you're safe. Now, would you follow me to my office? We need to discuss certain things regarding your accident last night.
Of course.
I'll be, as you know, I'll need to make a report to the NCPD, and the higher ups are going to want to know why one of their fleet cars were badly damaged, to say the least. Can I get you something? A coffee? A croissant?
No, I'm fine. I already had my coffee this morning. I appreciate it. I guess we should just get this over with then.
All right, please follow me. And you go into the, glass elevator, very fancy, that overlooks the entire reception area. As you go up, you see a few of the other workers from other departments, just walking like little ants, going to and fro, un unaware of your anxiety and of everything that's been happening lately in Night City. It's basically business as usual. Cook is silent in the elevator.
Jewel will also remain silent. She doesn't want to push his buttons too much and make like small talk or anything if he's not in a good mood. So she'll just keep silent.
He the elevator eventually reaches the 35th floor. He's not one of those big time managers that will try to get like the upper levels of the building. He likes to stay, with the peasantry type of thing. He's a people person. So 35th floor, the doors open. He walks out, bids you to follow him. You round a corner and get to his office that has a beautiful view of the Pacific Ocean. There's already someone else in the office. Linda from HR.
Oh, geez.
She is sitting, legs crossed, in her, very brown and tan outfit. Her hair just done in a simple ponytail. She's currently studying her nails and has a tablet basically on her knees. And you can see as you enter, right before she picks it up to hide it, your employee file.
Mm-hmm.
Cook bids you to sit in one of the like cushioned chairs across his desk.
Jewel will she'll smile at Linda and just kind of greet her and have a seat. She has a feeling she knows what's coming, but she's just going to try to remain cool and confident. So she'll just sit down and kind of lean back.
He sits, straightens his vest. Jules, I didn't sleep much last night. At about 1 a.m., I got a call from NCPD saying that they were looking for a potential murderer who would have stolen one of our fleet vehicle. I've been sent videos, photos taken at the scene. I didn't want to believe it at first, that, something could have happened to you and someone could have taken the car. And to be fair, I thought that losing an employee as valuable as yourself would be the end of the world, to say the least. But then when I looked at the police file, I saw that the car that's been arrested last night was, stopped, sorry, had the license plate of the one you took out of the garage. And now, this morning, I get this message from the reception area that you are filing a claim for an accident, an encounter with booster gangers. Need I explain to you, Miss Jules, the risks and the consequences of mingling with the nightlife of Night City?
Yes, of course, Mr. Cook. I understand. And first of all, I want to say thank you. I really it goes a very long way to know that you, as the regional manager, value me as an employee so much. Um, to start, I suppose I should explain myself, as that's very much why you called me here, and Linda sitting next to me. I received an interesting phone call yesterday about an individual who worked for another company. And I wanted to look to investigate this for kind of an initial meeting before I brought it to the company's attention and tried to make this a more official company business. However, it clearly is something a bit deeper than what I had originally thought. So, with that, yes, it was in fact the NCPD that pulled me over yesterday and, to be quite frank, treated me with a lot less respect than they should have and tried to arrest me for no real reason. Or I guess they didn't have they had some evidence, but they had no proof. What they are claiming is simply not true. The individual is suffering or suffered a heart attack after our meeting and is not doing well. Was not murdered, and there is no need for concern. I apologize that I was not upfront, but I didn't want to cause people outside of the company or the receptionist or the insurance company any concern.
I am glad to know that you have the welfare of Biotechnica in mind.
Always.
That said, and he looks to Linda, the pictures also showed you in the company of some of the local riffraff. One who's been in touch with external third-party agents that have tried times and again to act against Biotechnica's best interest. A lowly street thug by the name of Ketch. You do know, Miss Jewel, that it is highly frowned upon and is an offense punishable by the word firing.
Termination?
Yeah, termination of employment. To have relationships with people other than other Biotechnica employees.
I do understand that, yes. I was not quite expecting so much riffraff to be present at this meeting. I thought it was going to be more of a formal meeting. This is true. And for that, I do apologize. I understand that this could cause some problems for the company, and I am willing to do what I can to absolve the issues.
I had hoped you would say that. You are an employee with a lot of initiative and great insight. Linda, we're not going to terminate her employment. You can leave. And the HR lady leaves and she closes the door, and Zach says, "So you would be ready to do anything?"
Anything at all.
That doctor you were seen with,
Yes, I believe he goes by the name Magnus.
I'll give you a week. If he's not within the Biotechnica family by then, you can kiss your cozy corporal life goodbye.
Understood. I think he would be a valuable asset for the company. He has a lot of skills, not only in medicine as a med tech, but I also think he has some skills in botany and biological means. So I think he would absolutely be an asset of great
Oh.
value.
Yes. That, or it would at least remove a thorn in our side. He is not your friend, Jewel.
Why do you say that, Thorn? Thorn in our side?
Grassroot, organic food gardens. He is clearly trying to start a street level market, which is something we have yet to corner. Since the bombs, people have been wary of, well, companies like ourselves. Stocks in lab grown food have just plummeted. We are making ends meet, but our investors are getting a little scared. They see these new startups as perhaps the next generation of, well, our replacement, as it were.
Hmm.
We need to make sure that those people understand that they need the structure and the tools that we offer here at Biotechnica, and that they cannot remain independent. That would be very dangerous for them.
I understand. I see. Well, I will do what needs to be done then. I will recruit him in an effort to stop this smaller street level things from happening and bring it all back to the company.
If the week passes and he is not within the Biotechnica fold, but he is no longer on the streets of Night City, I could arrange that you keep a job.
I see. So it can go one of two ways then. Well, I hope it doesn't have to resort to that. That's not my plan. Nonetheless, I will make sure I get this done.
Bodies make great. Oh no, I lost the word. The thing that helps vegetable grow.
Fertilizer.
Fodder,
Fertilizer.
soil. Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. Yes.
Electrolytes.
Words are hard.
The sun.
Bodies make for
great
great fertilizer.
Jewel at that will kind of just like smile and nod nervously. Yes, of course. I'm sure that's not what we used for all of the stuff here at the company, but you know, it's true. Well, I will see to get this done. If I'll have to be working a bit with this riffraff in order to get the job done that we were initially in talks with an Arasaka, former Arasaka agent who may also have some valuable information for us. That's the individual. So I will continue on with that and pitch to Magnus the values of working at Biotechnica.
Then let's kill two birds with one stone. You need to be reprimanded for what you did. And you need some time to get this doctor on board. How about you take the week off, unpaid?
Yes.
You can go about as you please, and if you need anything to get this doctor into our good graces, or get yourself into his good graces, you can give me a call.
I would very much appreciate that. There actually is one thing already that I could
really?
probably use your help with. This Arasaka merc, he is currently in a state not fully conscious. We're trying to, at least Magnus is trying to use his skills to revive the man. We could probably use some stim, quite a bit of it, to help bring this guy back, if possible.
How much do you need?
Oh, like, maybe enough to really a few $100 maybe. That's nothing, right? I mean, with the amount of stim that we're producing, it's probably pennies, right?
Oh, yeah, no, few hundred. You can go down to the labs.
Great. I will do that.
And I'll notify Peters.
One other question. Would my assistant Jax, my
Yes.
higher, is he also on this unpaid leave? Could he potentially assist us in our endeavors?
He is yours to do as you please. That is company policy. Within limits of what HR considers acceptable. But yes, he'll still be paid. You'll have to pay him out of pocket.
Oh, okay. Not a problem. I can handle that. I can't handle that. But Jewel leading on that she makes more than she does, but she doesn't. Sure. That's good to know. Thank you, boss. I will leave you to it then, unless there's anything else.
No, nothing else that someone of your talents can do to help me.
Well, I again apologize for the rough evening that you had at my expense, I suppose. I apologize for that. And I guess I will be seeing you next, or maybe I will be confidently, I will be seeing you next week then.
We'll see.
Have a good day.
And he just waves you out of his office.
Jewel, as she gets up, she's smiling, still composed, feeling good, at her confidence level up all the way to exiting the door. The minute she closes the door and is out of his sight, just slumps in actual stress levels. And so she kind of just lets it all out at that moment. And we'll then proceed to the lab and try to get those stims.
Yep. You would know Baptiste Peters is the chief. He's basically the lead for the R&D department at Biotechnica. A tall black man in his 50s. One of his he's had his right arm replaced with cyberware so that he can store many of the tools that he uses in it. And he's often seen tinkering with his own arm, trying to either improve it, change it. It's like his pastime. He's a friendly, if somewhat cold individual, not really accustomed to holding long conversations. So he's very brief when you come down. He says, Cook has informed me. Here are your material. I didn't think you could produce stim yourself, so I figure it is for someone else who knows how. Otherwise, I can provide you with a quick guide.
Oh, no, that won't be necessary. Yes, you're right. I won't be administering it myself, but the individual is quite capable, so I appreciate that.
Good. If you need anything else, let me know.
Thank you. And yeah, I guess I'll take those and make my way out of here. I'm going to just like try to not be seen by people in the company. I'm going past like my cubicles and just kind of hiding myself. I just don't want to be seen right now. There's a lot going on. Jules gonna quickly exit the building.
Yeah, you can hear the whispers. You don't know what they're about. But I mean, Linda's a loudmouth.
Of course.
And yeah, the rumor might have started that you were called into the office to be fired, but then the HR was dismissed and you remained in the office with Cook. So there's a lot of speculation starting.
Yeah, and all the more reason to just not be seen and just avoid all interaction with the company gossip.
You make your way out of the building, and I would like to know, before we go back to Jules, which, congratulations on handling yourself.
Corruption, though, is stressful.
That went way better than the cops.
It did.
Yeah, I was on the verge of asking you to roll for like skill checks, but then I realized, no, your role play alone was enough.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All the years working in corporate, I know how to handle it.
Yeah. So that said, rest of the group, what do you do this morning before tackling this big job later? Anything that you want to focus on, or yeah?
I think that Proxy is probably the apartment area. Where was it close to? As far as was it close to their location that they're going to later tonight, or is that still far away?
It's still far away. The nice thing about where this apartment block is it's not in a very heavy combat zone. So you can find like a cheap, sort of, I'm not going to say a halfway house, but like a one-night motel type of thing that you can just rent out a room somewhere and be in relative safety.
Yeah, that's where she probably would have went last night. What I'm thinking is she's going to start making her way towards where they're going to be meeting. I was wondering if there was a way, because I don't really know where on the map it would be, but part of she wants to kind of go scavenging a little bit.
Oh, okay.
If you catch my drift.
Yeah, during the day.
Mm-hmm.
There are, you're still in a place that's been that was very close to the blast. So if you make your way, a bit like northwest,
Hmm.
without going into, the actual radioactive places.
Yes, yes.
But there's a lot of old, burnt down buildings, abandoned houses, places that were deemed too difficult, too complicated to live in or to repair. So
Okay.
people just left them there. And a lot of people left without anything but the clothes on their backs. Is there anything in particular that you were looking for, or you're just looking for anything valuable?
Anything valuable, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will ask you to make a perception check.
Okay, perception.
Actually, I'll give you a choice.
Hmm.
Between perception or conceal reveal object. They're both in the awareness skills, the first column at the top. So reveal object would be you looking for something very valuable. The DV would be higher, but so would the worth of whatever you find.
Mhm.
Whereas with perception, it's going to be easier, but you might not find something as expensive or as worth as much as with the other one.
Okay. I will just go with a perception for now. And she's just doing a preliminary search. She doesn't have a lot of time, like to really dive deep and go like farther in. So I think just it would be like kind of more of a scan. She'd probably use her eye to kind of get better glances at areas that are farther away, kind of thing.
Okay.
Cool. So I will roll. I got an 18 on that.
18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you roll a d6 for me, please?
I sure can. D6. 6.
Mm.
I don't like that noise.
Oh no, it's actually a good noise. I meant that
Yay.
you found something that was that is still usable,
Oh,
and that would be standard quality.
okay.
So it's not broken, it's not cheap, it's not destroyed. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you roll? I know it's going to be weird, but a D40. 2 D20s, basically. Just add them together.
2 D20s?
Yeah. I'm
I'm
leaving it up to chance.
10 and a 1.
So 11? Okay.
Yeah, 11. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you needed the individual numbers or not.
Ooh. Well, you actually found a working computer.
What?
Yep. It is a laptop that is, the battery is dying, but you managed to boot it up. It runs for a bit before shutting off because the battery is so low. But you do notice that while it's up, that there are programs that you might be able to salvage.
Nice. All right, cool. Well, she grabs it and puts it in her backpack. And I think at this point, she's just going to start making her way down. She'll probably grab some food, talk to some of the people that she knows along the route, and then kind of, she's taking her time. She very, very much doesn't like being in vehicles. So whatever she can walk, she'll walk, and then take like the public transport the rest of the way if she can't walk it.
All right. Going towards the clinic?
Yes.
Okay. There's no free public transport, not yet anyway. The subway system is not non-functional for now. But you can easily like hail a few cabs and make your way to the clinic. What about Catch this morning?
Catch is actually going to do I guess like investigation. So what I want to do, Simon, is hit the streets, like ear to the streets. I'm not good at crime or fighting or crime fighting or
that makes
physical
sense.
combat or physical activity. But what I'm good at is talking. So I want to know what's around this facility that we're assaulting today. Like what's in the area, like who's there, what other gangs operate nearby. Are there any fixers in town in that part of town? Are there any edge runners? I kind of want to know what's the buzz about that area. Any places
All
that
right.
the police patrol, that kind of thing.
You can give me streetwise.
Okay.
And I'll say because you're a fixer and you can talk to a lot of people, especially I think like it's at rank 5, you can talk to gang bosses.
Yeah.
And all that.
Corpos,
So,
gang bosses, and
yeah. So give yourself an extra plus, we'll say +2 to the check.
okay. So whatever this is, +2.
Yeah.
So an 18.
Okay. With an 18, I will say you can ask me 4 questions. I will respond truthfully. That will be the information that you find.
Okay, 4 questions. You have to respond truthfully to what's going on in the area.
Yeah.
Who are the Maelstrom's biggest competition in the area?
Wow, you're coming out swinging. They compete a lot with the 6th Street Gang for territory.
Okay.
However, that is not their only competitors, because the Maelstrom are like a metal gang, if you will. So they're very much into cyberware, and they compete with other sort of other metal gangs for just resources. And one of them that hunts down metal gangs are the Inquisitors. The Inquisitors have a complete hatred of anyone with cyberware. And they've taken it almost to a like religious level, like cult-like thing, where all cyberware needs to be destroyed, and people with cyberware need to be eradicated. So that's a big issue that they would definitely be on board. If you pointed them in the right direction. Yes, the thing is since the Inquisitor, you would know, are so against cyberware, they would also probably torch the whole place, thus negating your chances of finding Parker's stuff.
But a good cleanup crew.
But a good cleanup crew. There's another 2 other gangs actually that they don't really share the territory, but they are against what the Maelstrom stand for. And these 2 gangs are the Willow Sisterhood and a fairly new gang coming up in Night City called the Mox. So the Willow Sisterhood is a gang of cybered up women, all of them professional assassins.
Dope.
So they see the Maelstrom as being these like chaotic organization that wastes away some of the very important combat cyberware that they could use.
Okay.
And then the Mox are a group of sex workers for the most part,
Mhm.
either ex-sex workers or work women and men that still, though it's mostly women, that still work in the sex industry. They're a very, very tiny gang right now, but they are they basically have this very violent approach to anyone who would threaten or hurt any sexual minorities or any sex workers.
Okay.
That would be a long shot, but you could maybe get them on your side if you like spin a tale, or because I mean the Maelstrom, they'll go up against anything and do unspeakable things, and they're morally depraved. So it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say, hey, come here. Except that the Mox are a very relatively new gang on the street, so they might not have the I'm not going to say the training, but like the resources to go up against the Maelstrom.
Okay. All right. So that was question one. Question two is there, outside of Ken, because I know a lot of people latched onto Ken, is there a local community leader in this like because there was like a nearby apartment complex, right? Is there someone that like people look up to, like a preacher, or like somebody who has some kind of clout in the neighborhood who is more on the civilian side of things?
Oh, yeah, there is he doesn't live with Ken, but it's a name that you would have started to hear about. A man by the name of Lucius Rhyme. He's a young idealist who has this impressive charisma to the point where he can take any idea and convince people to work towards that idea. In fact, he's the one who sort of strong-armed the city into creating the Watson development, the first new suburbs that wouldn't answer to any of the major corporations. And he's very much into cleaning the city, rebuilding efforts, and he's like one of the rare people that you would say is a good guy, and unfortunately probably will be assassinated at some point.
Okay.
Because he's doing good in a city that doesn't thrive on that.
Gotcha. So the Maelstrom are fairly militant, fairly well trained, and obvious psychopaths. They're used to being on the offensive, but they're not stupid despite their kinetic psycho nonsense, their cyber psychosis.
They're not. It's not that they're not stupid, is that regardless of what happens, they are always dangerous.
Right. So my question is, someone like that would have contingencies. Has anyone seen them coming in and out of random buildings, non-disclosed locations, a manhole cover, anything that might seem like a secret backdoor, an escape route?
You mean around the clinic?
Around the clinic, yeah.
I would say they're pretty confident around the clinic.
Mm-hmm.
They don't seem to have an escape route per se. They come and go as they please, but that is probably only because of the sheer numbers that they have.
Gotcha.
So if something was to happen, they might not be as bold as what they're doing right now.
Okay. And then in that case, my last question is, what is the relationship between the 6th Street Gang, the Willow Sisterhood, and the Mox?
So right now, the 6th Street Gang is not like in the video game. They're basically a militia.
Okay.
Of army vets who are trying to clean up the neighborhoods. So they're not into extortion just yet. They're not into drug trading. They're not into any of that because for now, they have their shit together. However, the 6th Street gang is more on the conservative side of the spectrum. They don't like the Mox, and they don't like the Willow Sisterhood because they represent something that is more open-minded, that needs a certain level of open-mindedness to accept.
Okay.
But it's not completely black and white. Like, you could get people from the 6th Street that are like, oh, I have nothing against sex workers. Like, yeah, I'll fight with them or whatever, and I'll protect them because they live on my turf.
Right.
Whereas others would say, some of the things that we hear even nowadays that they're not people or whatever.
Sure.
So yeah, but it's not entirely.
And what about the Willow Sisterhood and the Mox? Are they at odds with each other at all?
What you would hear on the street is that the Mox is completely under the radar of the Sisterhood.
Okay.
Because they're not, we're talking the Sisterhood, we're talking like professional assassins.
Yeah.
The others are girls with baseball bats and pistols.
Right. Okay. Yeah, then that's what he finds out, and he's going to bring that to the table.
All right. So we're left with Magnus.
I would drive the taco truck to somewhere near Biotechnica's headquarters, being sure to be careful and cloaked.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because I'm a wanted taco criminal, apparently. And we'll wait until maybe 9 or 10-ish in the morning. And eventually I will call Jewel and see if she answers or not.
I think eventually you may have to ring her a few times. But probably around that time, around 10, if she gets in like 8:39 and she had that whole thing in the morning, she'd be on her way out. And would kind of eventually abruptly answer, "Oh, good, it's you."
Yeah.
Hi, sorry. Excuse my manners.
What did you do wrong?
Just working in the business. Sometimes it's just a little stressful, but it's actually not that bad. It's actually wonderful. Everything's great.
Do you have the stim?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. I have stim in plenty. All of the stim you need, I have.
Perfect.
Where are you? Where can I meet you?
I'm on this insert street here that's near your headquarters.
Oh, perfect.
I'm on insert street.
Let me. I'll walk to you.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a walker, but I will walk to you.
Well, you're walking today.
Yes. All right. I'm on my way.
All right. And I hang up. I make sure to park in some alley somewhere that looks safe, assuming that I'm in kind of more of a industrial kind of executive area, corporation area. I'm imagining there's not a lot of people that are dangerous on the streets around here. Alleyways maybe mostly empty or for storage. So I find a place that seems like it's maybe a bunch of storage containers or whatever that just aren't being monitored or whatever. Invisibly. Oh, you're muted, by the way, Sam.
The area that you find yourself in would look very much like just the downtown of like any major city in the States right now.
Okay. Yeah, I park the truck invisibly in some remote spot and get out and wait outside, drinking Smash.
Jewel, as she approaches, she looks at you confused because I don't think she actually knows that you're, or maybe she does now. I don't know if she knows that
Who
your
knows?
truck is cloakable.
Mhm.
So as she's walking up to you, like her hands raised, like, well, where's the ride?
It's right around here.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we should get to it then.
Yeah. I mean, aren't you supposed to be working? I thought you were just going to drop off the stim to me. I'll get the work done, and then we're meeting later, right?
Oh, well, lucky for you and the rest of the crew, I got special permission from work to handle this delicate situation. So they are giving me the day to take care of this, and any other additional days that we may need. It's going to be taken care of.
To take care of.
To take care of this job.
They know about everything we're doing?
They know some details. I did say that this would potentially be a work expensed trip. So here it is.
Okay.
You know, it's really great working at Biotechnica. We get things like this where we can
The truck's right over here. I just don't. I turn away. I go around the corner and say, "Truck's over here." And I just start walking.
Okay. She'll just keep talking and following you
Mhm.
as you're talking.
I just keep going.
You know, we
Yep.
get so many worker benefits, like doing jobs like this. You can just get it approved. It's great. I mean,
I tap
Great.
on the metal door of the truck twice, and it decloaks.
whoa. I was not expecting that. You have a cloak on this truck?
I walk
How?
inside.
Why on this thing?
Do you have? Let's.
Right,
Need
sorry.
the stim, please.
Stim, right. We should probably help this guy. Yeah, here it is.
Thank
By
you.
the way, if you need any sort of details on administering stims, things like that, the company is more than willing to help. We have people who, work on these things.
I grab the stim, I put it on a table, have us both go outside, close the doors. And I say, all right. It was very kind of you not to ask for anything in return for me requesting this of you. I'll be honest, I wasn't really listening for about the past 15 minutes or so. So, in your own words, not Biotechnica's, can you tell me why they want me so goddamn much?
I think Jewel thinks for a minute actually before she says
Yeah.
before
Hard,
she
isn't
says
it, huh?
that. Yeah. Look, I can't say that I know everything that goes on at such a big company. I think they just know talent when they see it. So of course they're going to want to scout out the local talent and see if you can bring your skill and assets to our company.
Yeah. Well, you almost can't stop talking about how great this company is. And all it makes me think is how it must not be great. I spend a lot of time around people. I feel like you're not being honest with yourself.
Jewel actually kind of stutter a bit. I don't know what you're talking about. Look, I mean, Magnus, you you are in a taco truck, and I know that this truck probably
I
means
am.
a lot to you and has sentimental value and is, very precious to you. But Night City, it's really a shitty place, and there's so much more that we could all have. And I don't know. I just think that there could be more for you and for all of us, really.
More
Just
what?
a better quality of life, better food, better medicine.
Hey, keep talking. I'm in agreement with you 100%. And that's everything that I've been working towards here on the street. And I've been making progress. I don't know what Biotechnica's been doing other than being a thorn in our sides, or at least mine.
I don't know. I just would say think about it and think about sometimes it's good to have a backing of a company.
What has that done for you?
It's given me an apartment. I have a minion. I have somebody who works for me.
A minion.
I have people who work for me. I have a regular income. I have.
Can you both make a perception check?
Oh,
Mm.
I swear, Simon, if you give us another corruption, I'm gonna kill it.
Oh, I'm ready.
Remember that blinking light?
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yep.
Hold on, where is perception?
Yeah, I need to find it too.
Oh, here it is. It's
Nope,
awareness.
that
Oh.
not human perception.
Oh no, it's first column.
Oh yeah. I
Top of
found
the
it.
sheet.
Got it.
1720.
Yeah.
Let me check. The DV was it was 10. Well, you both succeeded.
Nice.
There is a person the other end of the alley. They parked basically perpendicular to the alley, blocking the way out. Their car did not make a sound. Probably some, electrical engine or whatever, some rare stuff. And it's a sleek black car. Out of it comes this person in a long black trench coat, knee-high boots, and a body armor. He's wearing sort of a rebreather mask, and part of his face has been scarred. Well, even his head and some of the hair doesn't grow back. And he shouts something in Japanese.
Is he brandishing a weapon?
Since you don't seem to understand him, yeah, he brandishes a shotgun, cocks it, and says again in a little. The man is, I forgot to mention, the man is Asian.
Okay.
Cocks the shotgun and says, "Parker, where is he?"
I hold up my hands.
Same.
And there's no, before I reply, looking at him, there's no indication of what group he might be from, if any, like any emblems or any. Would I know just based on how he's dressed? This
I mean,
black
you got a 20 on perception. So I'll say this: there is a faded logo of a 3-branch tree, the old Arasaga logo on his body armor. You've heard of these type of people before, mostly in rumors. Both you and Jewel, certain corporations have repo agents, often because they're here to get back, cyberware that was lended to the employee, or part of their contracts or whatever, and they don't tend to play nice with people that they think are scavengers.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
All right.
What do you do?
I look at Jewel and then look back at the guy, and
These are good, 60, 70 feet away, by the way.
okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, he is 60, 70 feet. He's brandishing a shotgun. Turn to Jewel, and I say, just kind of off on the side, I don't think we should mess with this guy.
No, I don't think so.
Unfortunately, I don't have the firepower to really go against this, so I'm gonna probably do what he says.
Or we could just get in the taco truck and make a run for it. Just look, you could cloak. Let's just.
Fine, sure. And
And run away.
I grab Jewel, throw her in the truck. I get in the truck, slam the door shut, and I would like to start driving away.
All right. Can you give me an initiative roll?
Okay.
Oh.
It's at the top of your sheet.
Let's see. Roll initiative.
Yeah, roll initiative.
9.
Oh boy.
11 for him. So
Oh no.
he'll have time to fire at the taco truck before you have time to leave.
Okay.
So you'll still leave, but he has incendiary ammo
Of course he does.
in his shotgun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like I said, you are 60, 70 feet away, so it's still kind of hard for him to hit you. If one of you would like to roll, while I look for the DVs, I would need a. Hey, where is it?
Oh.
Wait, that doesn't.
Mm.
What? He's missing a skill.
Good.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
he's missing the one skill he needs to shoot.
Good.
Guess he doesn't need it then, does he?
He's like, he lifts up the gun. He's like, how do I fire a gun again?
What is this? So let's go with the plus 14. That's his
Sure.
other.
Great.
So yeah, just roll a d10 plus 14, and I'll
Me?
check the DVs. Anyone between you or Jewel, and that'll determine if he hits or not.
Jewel, would you do the honors?
Sure. D10 plus
Yeah.
4.
14.
Oh, 14.
Yeah.
Wait.
If you,
So a D10 plus 14.
yeah,
Okay. Gotcha.
and if you roll a 20 or above, he hits the car.
Oh, I rolled a
He
19.
misses the car by an
He misses.
inch.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You see the slug basically pass by you. You see it because it's on fire,
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it hits a container instead, and the container just goes up in flame.
Okay.
The tires of the taco truck screech as you put pedal to the metal, and you hurriedly leave this this alleyway. Where are you headed to?
As soon as we break line of sight with that guy, I'd like to cloak.
Okay.
And then, well, I am actually gonna drive us to Old Japantown. I know that I don't know where we are right now. I don't know. Where
You would be in the
Biotechnica-
University District, so you'd have to cross town completely.
Okay. Are there certain, like, between everywhere around Old City Center here, like the black section in the center? is there any area that has like particularly high traffic, or yeah, I guess just particularly high traffic, I guess.
The highest amount of traffic would be found in the Glen. That's just under, because it's like the new downtown.
Got it. All right, I am going to, I'm going to drive us in the direction of the Glen, because that's also in the direction of Old Japantown anyway. And as long as I've cloaked, we didn't actually get hit, I'm just gonna keep on driving us.
All right. There's one drawback to driving while cloaked, is that other people don't see you.
Yeah.
So can you make a drive land vehicle check?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Now, I will ask, but I understand if it won't happen. Just in the last 2 minutes, I took a glance down at my drive land vehicle skill, and it's abysmally low in my view. So I was wondering if this would be too late of a time to spend some improvement points to bump that up before the roll.
Yes, but remember that you have luck.
Okay.
That you could use for tonight, and then after tonight, that harrowing experience would make you better at driving.
I like it. Okay. And how would you use luck again?
Luck, it's a 1-for-1 basis. So you have a certain amount of luck. I don't know how much you have, but each point that you spend is a +1 to your check.
Oh. Okay.
And they come back every session. So.
And you can choose to use it before or after the roll is made. Okay.
Well, I allow after. Normally it's only before, but doesn't change much.
All right. I put us on the streets, and I say to Jewel, look, I'm going to be looking to the left. You look to the right. Make sure no cars are coming. We need to lose this guy.
Right. Yeah.
And
okay.
I'll go ahead and make that drive land vehicle check.
Go ahead.
That's a 14. I'll leave it at that.
And 14 is enough.
Perfect.
Average DC. You're not driving against traffic, so it's not a major thing.
Yeah.
But while you're driving, I'll switch back to Proxy and Ketch, who have now met up by the clinic. Or Ketch, were you going to the clinic? I'm sorry, I thought you were, but I'm not sure.
I would assume so. I would assume to gather that information, he would have had to talk to people local to the area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the two of you are together. Proxy's been there since earlier this morning. No sign of Magnus or Jewel.
I've been surveilling, basically just watching.
They, let's say it's around noon. They're just now stirring awake. But you did notice that there's a group of 4 of them that left with empty duffel bags.
Okay.
And they were, a little hyped up, in a little pep in their step as they went out. They're probably going to do something bad. You don't know what, but.
Were they any of the people that spotted her last time she was there?
Yes, one of them is actually the one you spoke to.
Okay. So he's currently not at the building. Okay. Yeah, she's by the way on a rooftop, so
I figure like the rooftop next door where the access point is.
Yeah, I imagine you would have probably seen Ketch just wandering around talking to people for like hours. Having casual conversations, lots of hand waving, pointing at places.
Proxy would have been like, oh, she looked nice. Did you ask her out? Like weird, like totally not even relevant conversation.
And there's always like Ketch is just trying to find, well, how can you see me? Where
Yeah, Proxy thinks that he's asking her on a date, but then the actual conversation is, have you seen any maelstrom come out of any manholes around here? Any manhole maelstroms?
Have you ever seen, there's a guy with like metal face? Have you seen that guy before? I think his name's Metal Face. So, but no, I think once Ketch has his information, he's not going to look for Proxy because I think he knows that she's doing her whatever. But he is going to dial her up on his agent. Like, hey, I don't know where you are, but you keep being creepy. I got some.
I'm everywhere. nowhere.
No, don't do that. I got some information. I think. Have you heard from TD or Jewel?
New?
Weird.
I'm sure they're fine. Jewel's probably doing her corporate thing, and
Oh yeah,
Taco
that's true.
Man is making tacos or something, I guess.
I don't know that he actually makes tacos.
Okay, but like, never mind.
I'm not sure that he can cook. I've never seen him eat.
Why wouldn't he cook? He's got a food truck.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway.
Regardless, what information?
Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on here that we
Yeah.
should probably make everyone else attack the Maelstrom while we attack them because of...
Well, we're not attacking, we are sneaking. And
Right.
Yes, I agree. Do you have anybody who's like down to
Yeah. So we already know about the 6th Street, right?
Right.
But I think there's also the Willow Sisterhood. They're just a bunch of crazy cyber-wearing assassins that are about cyberware. So
Would Proxy know about the Sisterhood?
I mean, you've been on the net. You would have seen at the very least like boards where people are looking to hire hitmen. Or hit women in this case.
Yep. Okay, so do you have contacts at these places, or have you been able to make contact with anybody that's leading 6th Street?
No. So what I have done is I've talked to the people around here. So I think the assassin ladies, they like cyberware. The Maelstrom like cyberware. That's direct competition, right? And then we have another group called the Mox, which I've never even heard of them until just like now. I think it's like a group of sex workers is the correct word. That just fight other people who fight other sex workers. It's a very niche gang, I think, but they're small and they're new.
Their own.
What's that?
So they protect their own.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
I can get behind that.
Right. But they're new, so maybe we could say, hey, if you help with this big shindig, that could be like some really hardcore street cred, because the Maelstrom are like not fucking around. Right?
Yeah, that's true. I could see that.
And then somebody mentioned that Lucius guy. What's his name? Lucius Rhine something. Anyway, he's the guy who's doing the development, the no corpo development thing.
Oh.
Yeah, he's above my pay grade, so I don't know a whole lot about him. But if we could get him to like spin a positive thing on this, that like, you know, groups of street level, what's a not bad word for gangs? Anyway, groups of street level people are pushing out
communities,
nailed it. Yeah, are pushing out Maelstrom, super militant, metal-faced bad guys. And then we spin it that way, and then the community gets behind it, and they're like, let's keep the bad guys out of our town, and these guys are okay as long as they don't assassin us. You know.
But we can't use civilians as cannon fodder.
Right, but if the civilians keep the Maelstrom from coming back, if you can't get a foothold, you can't come back.
Right. No, I'm totally with you about this Lucius guy. That sounds great. Like, yes, sign me up. Okay, what can I do right now to help? Because I've just been watching them. That guy who said that he was going to eat my cat left the building. So I don't have an actual cat. It was never mind. Not relevant.
I don't think I was there for that.
No, you weren't. It was when I was here by myself, and Magnus was like in his truck, and then you guys got all upset because
you came here by yourself. Yeah, that didn't seem smart. You must got your cat eaten. Anyway, I don't know how to contact Lucius. He's above my pay grade, and I don't really know the Willow Sisterhood either.
I mean, I can get on the net and just.
Yeah, are they going to be mad if you respond to like I want to hire an assassin post with, hey, can you help us? Because I don't want to be
more
assassinated.
Than a response.
Okay.
I could probably just set up a meet, like, in the net.
I don't really do much over there. So can we get them all to meet like at the same time? Is that like a thing?
Probably.
Can you make like
Maybe.
a chat room?
Yeah,
like a group call?
just like in person as avatars, essentially.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like if they all want to be safe about it, then we could have it secure, and I can make sure nobody tries to get in. That's not supposed to, you know.
Sure. Yeah. That sounds great. I do most of my stuff in person, so I don't. That's what I hire you for. Yeah.
Right.
If
but
you
this
can,
might be a
if you can do
safer
that.
route, because then, you know.
Plus, it can happen like right now.
Right. If I can get to them.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I find you? Do you need me to defend?
I'm on the
you?
roof
Are
across
you-
the way
Oh,
with the
cool.
with the access point, the antenna thing. Yeah.
When you're like jacked in, do you need me to like?
Yes, I would prefer for you to watch my back, because like it's disorienting trying to do both things, and I
Sure.
can't like really move my body the same, you know. Never mind. Anyway.
And you can see
yeah.
him doing this with his hand.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right there. And he starts heading for that rooftop.
All right.
Cool. Let's go.
You proxy
Mhm.
jump onto the net.
Wait, I have to be extra. Excuse me.
Okay,
Yeah.
then be extra.
I've been waiting. Okay. There.
All right,
Light
jack
on the
in.
net.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
I can't see really
Officially.
very much, so just, you know.
Officially in the net.
But that is pretty cool. You jack in and somewhat quickly go to some of the seedier parts of the city net to find boards where you can ask for unsavory favors, such as hits on people.
Yeah.
And you find that most of the posts get a reply within roughly 12 to 24 hours,
Mm-hmm.
unless you can find some way to get their attention very quickly.
Okay, let's be creative about this. For the posts that do have replies, can I do anything with that, like trace it back or figure out how to essentially get more direct access rather than a public post?
Ooh, make an interface roll. We'll say that this is sort of the same thing as using your you have an interface ability called ID.
Yes.
So that's going to be an ID check.
Okay. All right. Now walk me through how I do this in the actual Roll20 system.
So it uses your interface rank. There's no button for it, I
Okay.
believe. Oh no, wait. On the Netrunner sheet,
Uh-huh.
if you go to the Netrunner tab,
Yes.
oh no, you can't really click.
Yeah, you
on
can't
the word
Clicky
rank.
things. Yes.
Yeah, no. So it's just a D10 plus
Okay.
that amount plus 4.
D10 and then plus 4. So I got a 3. That's a terrible roll. So 7.
So 7.
Isn't this supposed to be your jam? What's happening?
No, the DVs for interface are like super low. Like a 7 is actually enough.
Okay.
Hacking is strange. It's like all the difficulties are halved because you'd never get to add a stat to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so you find basically you manage to backtrack the message through like the various data pools across the city, and find in our terms would be the IP address of the machine that responded. And you find that this IP address also has a basically a mailbox that you could literally, normally you're not supposed to do that, but because it's not public, but you could, right now you could send an email straight to them
Yeah. So is this one for the Sisterhood? Sixth
It's the
Street
Sisterhood.
people? Okay. So with the Sisterhood on the posts that they responded to, I would like to use the language of the posts that captured their interest to like use that as part of the vocabulary to essentially appeal mostly to them. And the fact that it's in their inbox, I think would also help kind of bolster that interest. So if like, depending on what they seem to gravitate towards, I guess, as far as jobs that they actually take, is it very much like anything that gives them the most benefit, or do they just take any jobs that
They are very professional in their approach.
okay.
So they basically ask almost like a complete file on who's the target, why, how much, what are the deadlines, what are the expected difficulties or barriers of entry. Do you need cleanup? Do you need it to be silent, messy? Do you need to make it, appear as something else? Is it a political figure? Is it a popular figure?
Okay.
How many targets? So it really is like just a almost like a bullet point list
Yeah.
of
So
questions that you need to answer. They don't deal well with
obscurity.
people that just
Yeah. Okay, so what Proxy's gonna do? She's gonna compile like basically a complete tactical plan with everything laid out. If they're professional, she's gonna lay it out in the most professional way. And the pay factor would be you take anything that's there. Take all cyberware, all everything, basically. So incentive is Maelstrom needs to go down. You reap the rewards and profits of anything inside the building, and we need it loud. And tonight, or whatever the timetable was that the group spoke about, basically.
I think it was tonight.
Yeah.
You put
I include the
out.
drone and basically everything, blueprints, etc., all that.
All right. They're not going to answer right away. So if there's anything else that you or Catch or Magnus wants to do, if you want to group up or whatever, before I go on to
before
their answer.
Proxy comes out of the net, she'll just do some research on Lucius and the mocks, just to more of like a information gathering.
Oh yeah. If you can make a library search check with a +2 because of your agent.
Stat. Let's see, library. Where is the library? Oh, there it is. Library search +2. Oh, hello. 26 plus 28.
Yeah.
I am so good at the net right now.
You find everything.
Turns out Proxy's not actually a hacker. She's just really, really good at Google.
Yeah.
Google foo. I told you I knew martial arts. Okay, sorry.
So the info that you get on Ryan is he's the guy doesn't even have dirt on him. He's that good. He is the up and coming to make a parallel with our world, for example, he's like the AOC of Night City.
Mm-hmm.
He comes from a very mundane background. He used to work as a teller at a bank. Never rose above anything because he was very opinionated. But he's so charismatic that even when he wasn't let go of his job, he left himself because he couldn't stomach the practices that were done there. So he just outright left and used some of the money he had saved up working at the bank and everything to begin basically creating a slew of nonprofits, all in the goal to help rebuild parts of Night City and even outside of Night City, not too far away, but in shit, I think it's between Night City and Santa Cruz. Have to remember, because my knowledge of California is a little iffy.
Mine too.
Because I've never been there.
I live here and I don't even know a lot of the geography. I know like
Same.
San Diego and LA and Northern
Yeah.
California.
Yeah, so
In
between
the PCH. That's it.
it would
Yeah.
be the city of Monterey, California,
Oh,
Okay.
that's right
that
by me,
he's
okay.
helped rebuild. He
Okay.
actually have this they're basically big RVs that go in and try to house as many people while workers rebuild this place up, and they're paid by Rhine. He's like a godsend in
Mhm.
these times. But you also find a lot of people that do not like him.
I think before she stops on that, but I think she's gonna try to make contact with him in some way. Very much a very simple, I just want to help kind of thing. And then her handle.
All right. He replies almost immediately. Great to have you on board. I'm kind of busy at the moment. Give me a day or two.
Okay. I'll be in touch, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And he even ends his message with a smiley. Like,
if he uses emojis, she's definitely using emojis. That's her thing.
And yeah, that's for him. The other one that you wanted was the Mox.
The Mox.
They have like 22 members at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
They started in Watson. Basically, it's these mostly ex-dolls right now. So a doll is in Cyberpunk. Think of it as an escort.
Mm-hmm.
Think of her, I should say, or them as an escort, except that they can be chipped with certain personality slots or shards in their neural port. And they basically become whatever person you've chosen, like out of a catalog or whatever. It's super dehumanizing. And a lot of them, when they exit that, they have no recollection of what happened.
Got it.
So it's horrible. And they've banded together to the first reason why they banded together was just to have like worker rights.
Yeah.
And well, the joint they were working at, because it's not really a club, not really a bar, but the place they were working at basically fired every one of them. They ended up on the street with nowhere to go, no one who would take them because sex workers.
Yeah.
So they've decided to band together. The same reason why a lot of criminal gangs are formed, out of necessity and protecting their own members and their own interest. And they moved to Watson because Watson is brand new. So a lot of people that live there have no idea of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
They live together in sort of a commune, a block of 4 houses that they fenced out. And they are in the process of trying to get funds, very illegally trying to acquire funds, to open a safer bar in Watson for them to work in. Like, they're trying to do something legit, but they have nothing, so they resort to breaking and entering, to heists. So you can hire them for just about anything.
Okay.
So long as it helps further their agenda.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, so that'll be it. And stored all the fun things to memory, and we're on our way.
All right. Jewel, Magnus, where to?
I do we see that if we're being chased? I don't imagine that we are. Magnus doesn't, but I think Zach has a different idea. But yeah, we at least Magnus checks to see if the guy's still following somehow.
Yeah, Jewel would keep an eye too on the back of the truck and see if she sees a tail.
By the time you left, the guy had already gotten out of his car, so had to run back in.
Mm-hmm.
And just going around the block with your car being invisible, you're fairly certain you saw him at some point cross your path, but he is not actively tailing you. So he seems to know like the whereabouts of where you are.
All right.
I think he might be gone. Maybe not gone, but he's not immediately following us.
All right. I'm wondering if, and I'm going to drive us still towards the old combat zone where my hometown is. Saying to Jewel, I wonder if I should try to bring him back. Well, I only have the med scanner for today, so we don't really have much of a choice. But I'm wondering if we try to bring him back right now or save it until tonight. Because I can't imagine having him walking around would be a liability. I think it would be, he might be able to, influence what we do in this situation.
Right. Well, if we have this guy on our tail and who knows what else, not only NCPD, but this scary guy with the shotgun, maybe we should try to revive him now. And you're right, that could potentially help us. If you want, I can take the wheel. And if you want to do this while we're driving, I don't know if that's the best conditions.
Those fancy cars that Biotechnical lends out, do those drive themselves, or were you actually driving?
I was actually driving. Yes, I know how to drive. I don't have everybody drive me around. And
It's
AIs.
a little bit different when you're driving something that's not visible to everyone else. I mean, drivers in Night City are already bad. They're even worse when you're driving an invisible taco truck.
I see that you're very protective of your taco truck.
Yes.
If you want, we can also just pull over somewhere. I guess this thing is invisible, so that's a plus. But I also don't mind just kind of driving around and trying to make sure our tail is off before we meet up with the others.
Well, if we can just get within range of the piranhas, then I'll feel a lot better about it.
Oh, right.
Although I don't feel the best about drawing that guy towards my people. As even though he's one guy, he came pretty well equipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should just pull over.
All right.
And I will, somewhere in the range of the Glen or the old combat zone, I'll pull us over. Again, in as safe a spot as I can find where it seems like there's no one hanging about. And assuming I can find that, I will keep the truck cloaked and then say to Jewel, just keep an eye out. I'm going to start on him.
Right, of course. I'll keep an eye out.
And I'll go to the cryo pump. And in order to start the operation, I'm guessing I have to open the cryo pump up, basically. And
yeah, it means once you open the bag, you have to operate because this heart attack will pick back up almost right away.
Okay. I line up everything that I need, my med tech bag, the med scanner, an air hypo that I fill with stim, and then just the stim itself on the side. And also some of my other non-professional, more like street drugs, just in case something weird happens. Pull out some not smash. The smash is for me, but I pull out some blue glass, some black lace, just off on the side.
Good doctor, just keeping a can of beer nearby for
Yeah.
moral support.
Mm-hmm. And I'll kind of say over to Jewel, everything look clear for now?
As I look out, do I see anything of concern?
Make another perception check.
Let's see. 15.
It is clear. No sign of the black car.
Coast is clear.
All right. If something starts up, then I guess you'll have to be driving.
I hope not.
And I will open the cryo pump.
All right. You tear the bag open. And almost immediately, Ken just
And I start operating.
All right. So here's how it's going to work. Because you have stim.
Yeah.
And because you have the med scanner, that gives you a total of +4 to your surgery check.
Okay.
Now, the DV that you need to beat to safely operate on this man, because you don't really know what's causing his heart attack, so that's a little hard right there and then. But the DV is to patch him up quickly. Oh, okay. That is a DV 17.
Okay.
So you need to beat a 17 using your surgery skill.
Okay. And surgery is tech-based, correct?
It's tech-based, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Remember, you have luck.
Yes. I'm gonna go and luck resets every
Every game.
session?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna already dump 2 points of luck. Is there any penalty to like if you cap out
Nah.
on them? Okay.
No.
Well, yeah, if there's a roll that I'm gonna do, this is gonna be it. So I'm gonna put 4 luck just right off the bat before I even roll into this. And here we go. Let's do it. It's gonna look like instrument surgery because that's how I have to put it down.
Oh, yeah. Because of the sheet.
Exactly 17.
But with a +4.
Oh yes.
Because
+4.
you had the yeah.
Yep. So 21.
Not bad. You open him up, begin to look into in him, and you'll find 2 things. One, he's going to survive. He's going to make it.
Good.
He used to have a pacemaker. Used to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not there anymore. Well, actually, it's a cyber pacemaker. Basically, it not only allows his heart, to if he has like a heart issue, the pacemaker would ensure that the heart keeps beating, but also it's a combat implant that allows him to regulate mentally. He can regulate the flow of his blood. It's missing, but you wouldn't know exactly what the cyberware does, but it's for out of game information. His pacemaker was missing, and you notice that his heart has a lot of scar tissue on it.
Okay.
As in, he's probably been shot or stabbed in the heart multiple times and made it out. He'd be due for a heart transplant, especially at his age. But those things are very expensive. And looking in the rest of him, just trying to peer through the little incision you made, the maelstrom just probably shoved their hand in him and ripped it out. It's not. It hasn't been done by a doctor. It's been done by someone who did not care, who would not care, and it's almost a miracle that the old man survived.
Yeah. Okay. So even though I'm going to restore him from this heart attack, isn't to say that he will not have one sometime soon without that pacemaker or a new heart.
Yeah, because he's been treated, I can tell you that he's at least, unless something changes, he's going to be good for at least a week.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now if you put it like on a machine, you bring him to a proper hospital, they can monitor his heart rate, they can at worst induce induce the coma, like that could help. But with your skills and everything, that unless someone spooks him or he gets very agitated, like so long as he's just resting, it's going to be fine for a while. But
you mean if someone spooks him or he gets agitated, like gunfight that's about to happen?
Yeah. Hey, they're coming after you, man. Wake up. They're coming after you. No, gotta do this all again. I'll ask one final question, I suppose. Do I find the was that red beeping
you
device?
find it.
Okay.
You find it. It
was in him, right? It wasn't on the taco truck. It was in him.
Right on top of his solar plexus, between the bone and the skin.
All right.
So when you opened them, like you saw the blinking light. So I figure you just took your instruments and just removed it. It's a tiny thing. It's the size of a penny. And it is as flat as a penny, and it's the circle around it, the rim, that emits this faint light.
After making sure he's stabilized and resting, I walk over to Jewel, hands gloved, still bloody, holding some tongs that are gripping this little thing that I did not deactivate or crush. I'm just holding it. And I say to Jewel, hey, found this in him. This isn't useful cyberware. And if we had someone who could track an invisible truck, I think this might be why. And you know what I think we should do with this?
No.
What if? No? I mean, we could destroy it.
Destroy it?
Or we could throw it in the Maelstrom Clinic. Which, I might make things overcomplicated, but I don't know. It was a cool idea.
I like your train of thought, yes. Whomever, if it's this assassin or whomever else that's tracking him.
Yeah.
How inconvenient it would be to lead them right to the den of the Maelstrom.
Yeah.
I like the way you think.
Either way, we got to get rid of this quick.
Yeah. We should probably move quickly too. Are you almost done?
Yeah. I'm done for now.
Oh,
he's going to be resting for a bit. If he does come back to consciousness, just don't play any games with him. He's very fragile at this moment.
Right. Well, good work. You got him back. That's good.
Thanks for the stim.
Of course.
Well, do I see any way to deactivate this but not destroy it, DM?
There doesn't seem to be any buttons on it. It had little connectors that were attached to him. You figure it might be linked to a biomonitor. Maybe with the proper like hacking skills, you could link it up to another biomonitor that so long as the monitor is up and running, that thing is virtually dead. Like it stays idle and activates only if the person, dies.
So I'm under the impression that this thing only functions if it's actually attached to the person.
It functions if it's unattached or if the person is not unresponsive.
Oh, okay.
It's basically a dead man switch.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
Hence repo. Yeah.
Yeah. After he died, quote unquote.
All right. Well, I don't really know of any safe way we can deliver this on Maelstrom's front door without
Maybe
endangering ourselves.
maybe Proxy could put this to use.
All right.
I don't know.
I guess we can call her and see what she thinks.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's something that we want to do now or next session.
I think I would like, if it's possible, that we start the gig next session. So if you have anything that you'd like to discuss prior to, like we'll fast forward a bit through it, if you don't mind. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we would just I would call Proxy and Catch and let them know like, hey, we've been dealing with some stuff. I would, kind of update them on everything. That we revived Mr. Parker and that we are he had a device on him that's tracking his location. We are in the taco truck and we should meet up ASAP.
Yeah.
And I guess that just as long as we get him up to speed on everything, I think that's all we need to do before next session.
If we can meet with Proxy and Catch like eminently, then I would keep it on, I guess, or not destroy the device.
But I'd be able to instruct them on how to deactivate it temporarily.
Remotely? Yeah.
Yes.
If someone has you can just stitch it to someone who's alive.
I think that Proxy would probably tell them that once she knew what the tech was, she'd be like, yeah, just link it to yourself, to one of you, and it will deactivate because you're still up and running.
Do I know that I would have to attach it to my own solar plexus, or could I just graft it onto my arm?
You can graft it onto your, preferably subdermally, because if you lose it, it's gonna go off.
Yeah. All right.
Him was there because the plexus is hard to break and normally is armored.
Okay.
But
so I will, as non-invasively as I can, attach it to myself. Maybe using any of the leftover stim or whatever I have to perform.
Yeah. You can, easily. You're a doctor. You know how to perform like quick incisions, and you're basically just shoving a penny up your arm.
Great. Just every day. It's just a normal Wednesday.
Yeah.
For Taco Duck.
I hate
Just have a little smash, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. And then I guess we would meet up and prepare to, or talk about the resources that we all have together for the coming night. Oh, if possible, on the way, I would drop off the med scanner back.
Yeah, no problem.
So I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Carver is not fussy about it. He'll just take it, and if you need it again and you have boost.
All right. Yeah.
As Magnus and Jules make their way to to the clinic, Ketch and Proxy would receive the visit of someone. In
person.
In person.
Nice.
Yeah. You caught their attention. And I don't know if the link in our Legend Keeper will work for everyone, but it is a white-haired young woman with like tech tattoos over her arms. She's wearing this sort of leather or synth leather top with a few metal studs, and just like short thigh length shorts, but that are like basically like a modified bodysuit, like what Proxy's wearing to Netrun.
Yep.
But that's been cut to suit a more agile and sexy figure.
Got it.
She has from her spine all the way up her neck and her shoulder bones, collarbones, and even her waist, this like glowing black and blue implant that some of you would have seen before. It basically enhances her whole nervous system. And she would just approach you casually, walking down the street. And she's looking left and right, like she's trying to find something. And then at some point stops before the building where you two are and just whistle at you.
I mean,
Is Proxy still like jacked in?
no.
Okay.
No. Yeah, they've been waiting. I mean, there's a fire escape. She just stands at it and motions.
Is that a friend of yours?
It's the assassin.
She is unarmed.
Are you sure?
She doesn't need weapons. Yeah, I'm sure.
How can you tell?
Because first and foremost, I didn't tell anybody else where we were. So
that's a good.
There's that aspect, and also because her cybernetics.
You would both notice as she's walking up the fire escape that she doesn't make any sound.
Nice.
And she moves up to you, always keeping track of where she is and like potential avenues from which someone could ambush her.
Yeah.
She reaches the rooftop and says simply, "The Sisterhood accepts your contract. They've sent me to deal with it."
Okay.
However, if the cyberware that we do find is not up to our standards, we require that you pay the difference in eddies.
Which is how much? Roughly.
10,000 euro bucks. Yeah, but when you think about it, like a cyber arm.
Yeah.
Like, or certain pieces of cyberware can be worth like 1,000 each.
If I deactivate any Netrunner, you could probably take their cyberware.
I'm sorry, just to clarify here, do you mind if the cyberware is currently installed?
That's what I was...
We have specialists that can remove it.
Great. Those guys are loaded with cyberware.
I'm pretty sure, based on my information that I provided, that there is a Netrunner, which I will try to deal with directly.
Good.
But
you said messy?
Yep. We don't want Maelstrom coming back here.
Send a message. Good. Any civilians? hostages?
Not sure. I will get into the system and find out through the cameras. We would like to spare them if possible. It's kind of the point of the whole thing.
That can be arranged.
Okay. Do you want a snack? I got snacks.
I'm
She does have
starving.
snacks.
She just like grabs her bag and just opens it up.
I always, contract work works up an appetite.
I can imagine. I feel the same way when I'm running.
Oh, any preferences on the state of the bodies when I leave?
Super dead?
I mean, pieces?
I feel like if they all have their cybernetics removed, it might be a good message, right?
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I-
artist's choice, right?
Yeah,
Go with it whatever you feel like.
That's true.
should have brought a change of clothes. All right.
I mean, we have like a couple hours. You can go back and
Oh, I thought this was an immediate contract.
Well, yeah, it's tonight. So like,
yeah, we didn't expect you in
what
like
time is it right now?
it's only been
Simon?
like 25
It's like
minutes.
mid-afternoon, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I did say it was tonight. Yeah. So
I was in the neighborhood.
got it. Well, we can have snacks. I can go do some more camera stuff. Just take a look inside. We got 4 that left the building a little bit ago. They'll probably come back before then. We could take them out in advance, or your choice, really.
I'm picking up sounds of a moving truck.
Yes, that would be our 2 additional team members.
Can you hear the sound of a spring? Like a large spring that might hold a taco on top of it?
That must be the creaking.
Yep, that's us.
Mm. Not very subtle.
Well, that's what you're here for. I'm just kidding. You're going to do not subtle. We're going to do the rest subtly, which is why we need you, so that I can do the subtle.
So long as you don't get in my way.
Nope. I will not be in your way. Remember the blueprints? That particular room right there with the computer thing? Just
Yep.
need to jump into that with the net. And then while you're doing your thing in the front, I'll be doing my thing in the back, and then have your run of the place.
And I'll be here too.
Yep.
And what do you do?
I set up. I'm a
He's the
fixer.
fixer. Yeah.
Oh, the contract man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you need it, I can probably get it.
Really?
Probably.
No, he's really good. Yeah.
I'm okay.
No, you're pretty good.
No.
I've gotten
What's
some
up?
good info.
There's a
Did
few
you-
things the sisterhood could have your need of your services for.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And he like reaches into his inside pocket and pulls out a burner phone. The burner agent says, you want to take my number?
Are you always this smooth?
All the
At
time.
least.
We'll see after the job. See if you're reliable with your information.
Great.
That's fair. Totally fair. Cool.
All right then. We'll wait for tonight, and we will wait for next week.
Yes.
Can we just have, listen, someone please draw this. An awkward scene of like Proxy just sitting cross-legged and Ketch just
With
sitting there,
snacks.
and then this assassin with a bowl full of snacks in front of us. Like just discarded wrappers
Run
of,
like
of
little-
Chex
like
Mix.
chibi style.
Yeah. Yes.
Kibble.
That's
really.
the ending screen of the anime. Is the
Yeah. As like this very sweet music plays in
Yeah.
the background.
yeah, the taco truck pulls up with the
Hey guys.
Oh my god. Please, yes, I want this. All right, so that is the end of the episode. Before we do our introductions, I'm going to quickly draw our raffle, because that's how I decided to do the giveaway today. And our winner is slow loading time. Snow Dogs, our Aussie buddy there. So Snow Dogs, hit me up with your email address. We'll get you a copy of this PDF. Good news, everybody, as they say in the future. I will be doing giveaways for the next few weeks for this show and this game. How we give them away, I don't know. I'll figure it out every week. Might be different, might be the same. Who knows? Not me, that's for sure. That being said, let's go around, do our introductions, get the hell out of here so we can do our after show, which you guys can get exclusively on our Patreon. Link for that down below. We'll start with, let's go with Simon. Simon, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Hello, I am Simon at Wandering DM. You can find me here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Cyberpunk Phoenix. You can find me on my channel, twitch.tv/WanderingDM, on Fridays at 8 p.m. for some more Cyberpunk. And also on Sirenscape's channel, I produce the show Out on a Limb. It's another Cyberpunk Red show. It's going to last for 8 weeks. It's just 2-hour episodes. We started last week. Episode 2 is tomorrow. We have tons of prizes to give away, such as a customized sound set to your liking that you can have through Sirenscape that they will build with whatever you need. That said, on Saturday afternoons at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm over on Level Up TTV, the Level Up Dice channel. We're playing Scion, a divine RPG of like modern gods, basically American gods or Percy Jackson. Then on Sunday at 8 Eastern in the evening, I'm playing Vashard, a moody wolf boy in Romance of the Blue Rose over on Praxagora Desmophoria's channel. And then on Mondays on my channel, we play Rime of the Frost Maiden. There's a ton of things. And when I'm not doing that, I'm working actively on Vampire the Masquerade Chapters, which is a Vampire the Masquerade semi-RPG, semi-board game. It's what we call an RPG in a box. You can try it out now on Tabletop Simulator if you have it. Otherwise, the pre-orders for the game are going out next week. So I'll be posting a lot about that then. There was a Kickstarter, so if you missed it, no worries. All of the stretch goals and everything will be available for the pre-order. This game will not be in store. So yeah. Only chance to get it is there. And it's awesome. Not just because I wrote it. And that's it for me. I'm going to stop there.
All right. We'll jump right over to Meta. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Hello, I'm Metamancer. You can find me here on Wednesday nights, and that's it.
Perfect. Tracy, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
Hello, I'm Tracy, also known as Miss Madge Tech. You can find me all over the internet as Miss Madge Tech, or at Miss Madge Tech. I stream on my own channel a few nights a week. As I think I mentioned last week, I'm playing through Dragon Age Origins, which has been fun. I've modded the heck out of it, and I'm just enjoying playing through, just catching up on my RPG backlog. It's just like my favorite thing to do on my stream. So if you're into that, feel free to come hang out. Other than that, I stream TTRPG stuff all over as well. Vampire the Masquerade on Saturdays, and starting up a Pathfinder podcast with some friends that will be live, I think, next week. But yeah, just follow me at Miss Madge Tech, and I usually post all the stuff all over there. So that is me.
Excellent. And last but not least, Zach, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
I'm Zach Clay. I'm a guy that does things on the internet, and you can find me at twitch.tv/Zach Clay, and also on this channel, and also on Arvin Elrond's channel, and perhaps other channels in the future. I don't know. But yeah.
Perfect. Excellently executed. We're going to get out of here, guys. We're going to go film our after show, which you guys can get, again, down in the Patreon below, which is also the best way to support this channel, these shows, all that kind of fun stuff. Also, join us in the Discord, talk about this show, all the other shows. But for now, that is it. We will see you guys next week. So, from all of us to you, bye-bye.